What's up guys, Lord MC here. Hope you guys like the new intro. Some new exciting things are changing within the channel. As you may have noticed, the name change. This channel is now going to be referred to as Track the Harmonic. I'm going to be providing some new and exciting stuff and more content to start next year, so please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on that. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on where harmonically the market might go, but before I get into it, I want to preface by saying I'm not a financial advisor. None of the things I say in my video or anywhere else is ever financial advice, so question everything, do your own research, and come out with your own conclusions. So having said that, let's jump right into the SPY here on the 1 day. SPY went as high as 383.82 before going as low as 378.28 and closing the day at 380.02. So what can we expect harmonically here off of SPY on the 1 day? Off the 1 day, we have this bearish shark pattern. It looks like it's doing now a type 1 reaction, which, well, it did a type 1 reaction here. It tested today 379.06. So off of volume, you could tell that this push down was organic. A lot of selling pressure here. So the volume today, not as much as last week's volume, but is still high, still high up there. But looking at just this shark pattern here harmonically, the next target that it would probably test would be that 355.17. Obviously, it's not going to come down all at once and just continue pushing down. There's obviously going to be support levels. So this is a part here where this is kind of hard to gauge if this is going to continue pushing down or it's going to come up and consolidate anywhere between this range before the next leg down. So in these situations, it's very tricky here to see if this is going to continue pushing down. Looking at RSI obviously is still way above 30, so it still has potential for this to come down, as well as HSI still has room to come down before it's oversold, and AMP RSI as well. So if we jump over here to the 1 hour, SPY here generated on the hourly a new harmonic pattern, which is a bullish crab. So it's a little bit too early at the completion of point D, a little bit too early to tell where those what level or what direction the SPY is going to go to. So I would like to see more bars for confirmation to see maybe if it's going to consolidate at XA and then continue pushing down for that type 2 reaction at HOP at 369. Or if it continues pushing up, consolidating anywhere between ABCD and BC here at 383 to 388 before doing a type 1 reaction all the way to 391.96 and possibly target 2 at 400. Obviously, this is a strong push. SPY has been getting rejected on these levels here at around the 380 level. So I wanted to quickly jump over here to the 4 hour because the 4 hour has a bearish bat pattern here, right? So it did a type 1 reaction at the completion of point D here at 388.89 was target 1, lost to 200 SMA, and it's now looking like it's bear flagging continuation, possibly to test target 2 at 373.32. If we look at RSI did come back up above the 30 level here, so this now has room to continue pushing down, maybe creating a double bottom here on the RSI. AMP RSI is telling us here that it is approaching this midline. So what this is telling us within the harmonic pattern is that if it crosses the midline and it goes to test over bot territory, that this could potentially start to come back up, maybe to test target 1 here at 388.09. AMP RSI is also curling up. So who knows? We'll see if that is that if it's gonna possibly go to target 1 388, test that resistance there and see if it breaks out. If it doesn't, more continuation, you reset RSI starts coming back up again on the 4 hour, and you reach over bot territory in the HSI and AMP RSI before the next level down, right? Or SPY can just continue pushing down, not care so much about what HSI. You can get rejected here off the midline, right? Go off the midline here, get rejected back down like it did right here. Or you can still come up and then continue pushing down and then push up. So definitely we keep an eye out on that. On the 4 hour, you do have a death cross approaching on the EMAs here. So who knows? This could continue pushing down to target 2 at 373.32 before the next leg up. I'm jumping over here real quick to the 1 day, sharing my drawings. Just from the 1 day chart here, you did it after this bearish shark pattern on the daily. you did a type 1 reaction up to target 1 here at 379.06, which was tested today. So if you continue pushing down, the next level of support I do have here is 374.82, and pushing down between that level, you will be trading between 374 and 371 as it has in the past. You can tell this is a range that it likes to trade. And if, in my opinion, if you lose 371, you're more than likely going to test target 2 at 355.17, and then losing that, you're possibly going to test the October lows and start creating lower lows off of this descending broadening wedge. Any consideration of going long on the SPY, you definitely want to get above 381 and then 383 for possible gap up here at the 387 range. But judging from just what's been happening here on the SPY off of daily, this 381 level, which finally broke out, was a very key level here. As you could tell, the past, if we go back over here on Friday off the 5-minute, I have these two levels, the 383.90 and the 381.74, where SPY likes to consolidate and trade in. As you could tell on Friday, it was hovering just below 381.74 and trying to break, retest, and then on Friday it obviously had that push up. But today, as you could tell here, same boat, fell below 381, retested again, tried to break up above it, rejected, and then it finally gave out, right? So very concerning here on the SPY. The next level I do have, if it can't break up above 381, is that 374.67 range, which would be close to the 373 range. It's off of target 2. So we will definitely keep an eye out on that. We do have PC data on Friday, so who knows how the market is going to trade, if it's going to be just consolidation for the next until Friday, and then finish that push up, whether it's up or down. So we will definitely keep an eye out on that. Going to go over to the triple Qs here. The triple Qs, off of this bullish butterfly pattern, did a type 1 reaction, and it got rejected here, and it just lost a key level at 276.85, and it's now looking to test 265.05 off XA here, off of this 1.27 retracement. If you lose 265, you're looking to test 260. Losing 260, you're possibly going to test hop at 256. Out of the three indices here, and NASDAQ is very close to its October lows, right? So that's about a 5.65% move to the downside left to test its October lows. So that's very concerning here. Definitely something to keep an eye out on the 1 day here. The RSI still has left to push down, HSI as well, AMP RSI as well. So you could potentially maybe look at 265 as the next level of support. If you're considering going long, you definitely want to break up above 276 for any consideration, because you will have resistance between 276 all the way up to 282. Crossing that would kind of be bullish and test target 1 at 289.07. But from this push down here with volume, supports this push down. So we will see if that continues to push down. But definitely keep an eye out on the NASDAQ, because we're not that far off from its October lows, right? So the October lows was 254.26, and it's trading at 269. So kind of close, very close. Jumping over to the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones here, off this bullish butterfly pattern, did a beautiful type 1 reaction, overextended its welcome above target 2, and it looks like it's starting to increase in volume, right? So this push down was on increased volume, so that supports that move down. The next level of support is that target 2 level at 322.62. You could potentially, where that's exactly where the top of the trend line of the descending broadening wedge is. If you go down there and you retest and you come back inside, you're probably going to get a retest to see if it was a confirmed breakout. If not, you're going to potentially bounce back inside of it and then get rejected, and then come back to fill this gap, because there is a gap here around 311. You fill that gap, target 1 at 309, and then some capitulation here, maybe here, because you had this push up here with kind of no support, except probably right here. There's some support here around 303, 302. But if you lose that, there's another gap down here at 283, 284, call it. But that's still, it still has a lot of room for that to happen, right? It's nowhere near its October lows, the Dow Jones, but interesting to see what that will do. Jumping over to Apple here. So Apple, out of the blue chip stocks, like I've said before, is has yet to capitulate compared to the others like Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft have already tested their October lows and their June lows, and Apple hasn't yet. Apple is about to test its June lows. It definitely tested below its October lows, but now but its October lows wasn't below the June lows. So this is gonna start maybe creating a lower low off of this bullish bat pattern. You had a type 1 rejection off of 200 SMA, and you consolidated between target 1 and XA. You could tell the volume was organic here with this push down. So you lost you lost 138.60, which is the XA here. The next level harmonically is hop at 127.80. Off of the weekly, there is a head and shoulders pattern here. It lost the neckline, and it's now looking to see where that potential bottom is. But I did have here, let me just jump over to the 1 day real quick. So on the 1 day, I had this level at 134.37, which was a past harmonic level that I said if you lose that, you're probably going to come down to 127. Very important key level here for Apple that it lost. So I have a trading range between 134 and 121 that has been traded in the past, which as you can see is this level here, right? So if you lose 121, you're going to fill this gap here at 120, and after that, you can see 110. 110 below 110, I don't know if that'll get there, but you can see Apple at 100. If something major happens, I don't know that it'll get there, but it's very interesting to see. I will quickly jump over to the weekly and we'll do some comparisons with the other blue chips as to where Apple is on the weekly. Apple has yet to test this 200 EMA. Most of the other blue chips have already tested and have been actually below the 200 EMA or 200 SMA for a couple weeks now. So you will see that comparison right now when I jump over to Microsoft. So real quick on the daily, Microsoft ABCD pattern, beautiful type 1 rejection at 256, 260. And you are holding support above the 50 SMA here. Should you lose that, you are going to fill this gap here at 229, right? This is also 230 is also a harmonic level from a prior pattern. So if you lose this level, you could potentially see ABC D here at 219 and then hop at 210. On the weekly, we'll jump over here. Like I said, as you could tell, Microsoft has tested its 200 weekly SMA and EMA. So right now it is above it, but we'll see if there's more room to the downside here. I did have a level for Microsoft here at 242, which it clearly lost today. So that's very concerning. For any continuation to the upside, you definitely want to break up above 242 and then be bullish after 248. If you can break up 248, maybe you'll see target 1 again and then possibly 278. But Microsoft's been holding at least semi-decent compared to the other ones. So we will see if it fills this gap. But jumping over to Amazon. Why is this here? Okay, that's weird. Amazon here on the daily, I had this level here at 80. First I had this level here at 88.09 that if it lost it, it'll go down to 85. And today it lost 85.87. So the next level of support I have is 81.30, which is a prior level here that, as you could tell here, likes to trade between 85 and 81. So if you lose 81.30 on Amazon, that is going to be very concerning. You could possibly see it go into the 70s. Amazon looks very bearish right now. this push down was on increasing volume, and volume is still there to support this move down. Now if I jump over to the weekly, like I said, Amazon is way below its 200 EMA for, I guess, how many weeks is that? 14 weeks now, below its 200 SMA. You had a death cross here back in December, the first week of December. So who knows how low this can go. It's definitely does not look good on the chart for Amazon, but keep an eye out on that. If you want to go long here on Amazon, you definitely want to consider getting above 88, specifically 90, and then the 21 EMA at $92, around $92, and then possibly hop here at 96. But Amazon does not look good in my opinion. Jumping over to Tesla. Jump over to the 3-day here on Tesla off of this bullish Gartley. This is doing a type 2 reaction. It lost XA here at 188. Had levels here, as you could tell. 164.67 for me was a harmonic level, where I said if it pushed and lost that level, that some capitulation would happen on Tesla, and it fell down all the way to 149 here. The next level of support would probably be this gap down. If it decides to fill this gap, it'll be around 138, 137, somewhere around there. Losing that, you're probably going to test hop at 113.12. For any consideration above for Apple going long and be bullish, you definitely want to break up above like 170, 167.98, and then 170. If you can break up above 170, maybe you test 188.03. But like I said, Tesla does not look good too. It's on a downtrend. It's on a bearish trend, and harmonically does not look good. On the weekly, it's below its 200 SMA here for the second week in a row. So we'll see if it has continuation to the downside. Jumping over to Google. If I jump over to the 1-day here. So Google has this bullish steep crab. Failed to do a type 1 reaction all the way to target 1. It's coming back down to do possibly a target type 2 reaction. It lost XA here at 94.72. And there is a gap down here, small one, but a gap down there at $86. This push down also was on increase in volume, so that confirms that push down. You lose 86, you're possibly going to come and test that hop level at 84.79, and then later down the line, maybe closing that gap at 83. Closing that gap at 83 would be, it would be October lows, lower than October lows. I do have another gap here at $80, $79. In my opinion, capitulation on Google would start at 73.28. Very key level here. That's where COVID, before the right before the lockdowns happened, right? That's when the sell-off began. So that would be my level here to watch out for should Google decide to come down below 73. Not that far off, but we will definitely see if at least test its October lows. Jumping over to, is it Amazon? Have I covered? Yeah, I covered Amazon. Which one haven't I covered? Meta here. Wanted to cover Meta because Meta's been holding on strong, but it just lost today. It's 9 EMA here at 114. Should it continue pushing down here, the next level of support here I'd have is around 110, 111, and then fill this gap here around $98. I think capitulation on Meta will start again at 83, but Meta has been taking a hit for some time right now. It's still below its 200 SMA for quite some time now. So off the weekly, you definitely want to fill up this gap here at 128. It was looking good for Meta for a while on the strong push, but as you could tell, it's finding a lot of resistance here at the entrance of this gap here around 120, 121. So definitely want to break above 121. There's a gap up here, a small one, at 118, 119, 118, somewhere around there. Yet to fill, so we'll see if that gets filled. If you want to continue pushing up, you definitely want to break up above 121. Very bullish if you can get it above 128, but other than that, I do see it looks like it's tight range here. The next leg down or up, it's gonna this off of this. I guess you can call this a bull flag, right? Ugly at that. I can't really draw this right now, but yeah, if it doesn't hold this level here, you can see 111 possibly. You got HSI. Let me see if I can find a harmonic here. I think we're gonna get a harmonic. Maybe short term on the hour. On the hour, it's already below target 2. It's probably around like the 886, 786 off of this bullish, or excuse me, bearish harmonic pattern. So yeah, very, very key critical level here for Meta. Lost hop, I guess. You could tell hop here. It went way below hop. So next levels are these levels of support that I have, so they continue pushing down. I think that's all I have to cover. Making sure I don't miss any. I think I covered Apple. Yep, I covered Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta. Am I forgetting one more blue chip? No, I think that's it. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Give me a like. It does help me out. Other than that, I will be streaming tomorrow, same time as always, 15 minutes before open. So if you want to check me out on that, follow me on Twitch. The description to my link on my Twitch is on the description box below. So thanks again, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and take care and peace.